The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit.
You know, Steven's unapologetic for who he is.
Yeah.
I'm unapologetic about what I did to be him.
Hold on to your seats because Katt Williams just unleashed an atomic storm on everyone, especially targeting the one and only Steve Harvey. He's not holding back, dropping verbal bombs left and right. The Hollywood scene is on fire with drama, and it's all revolving around the clash between Samuel L. Jackson and Steve Harvey. You'd assume these heavyweights would be bosom buddies, right? Wrong. There's an undercurrent of serious tension brewing between them. The big question echoing through the Hollywood hills is, what on earth is Steve Harvey hiding that's got Samuel Jackson ready to rumble?
It's like Steve Harvey telling people he used to be homeless. That's my story. That's not his story. Steve Harvey wasn't never homeless. When Mark Curry was touring with him 25 years ago, he was making $3,000 a show in cash.
According to Katt, Steve might have been throwing some sneaky shade on Bernie's way, claiming he deserved a bigger piece of the spotlight. Now, enter Samuel L. Jackson, the man known for his killer jokes. This time, though, he's putting on his serious face. Word on the Hollywood street is that there might be some hidden skeletons hanging in Steve's closet, and Samuel is itching to turn on the spotlight. But folks, Steve Harvey isn't one to take shade lightly. If Samuel spills those beans, get ready for a Hollywood showdown that might just break the internet. Samuel seems to be skeptical about the Steve Harvey charm, both on and off the stage. While we've caught glimpses of Jackson's feelings over the years, things recently heated up when he spilled the tea about a chance encounter with Harvey a couple of years back. Remember those viral pics of Jackson and his girl hanging with Harvey and his partner at that boogie vacation spot? Plot twist, Samuel spilled the tea revealing that the yacht scene was totally unplanned.
Harvey, I hear y'all take vacations together on the yacht or something.
Well, we get on the boat with Magic and Cookie. Steve and Marjorie have their own boat.
But why isn't Samuel vibing with Steve? Well, it seems their dynamic might trace back to Jackson's bond with Bernie Mac. And guess who was Bernie's wingman? You got it, Steve Harvey. Back in the day, when they were part of the same comedy crew, Harvey allegedly tried to put Bernie on the sidelines, sparking a feud that had real consequences. Flashback to the early 2000s, when Harvey, alongside D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer, and Bernie Mac, formed the dream team of comedy known as the Original Kings of Comedy. They hit the road, smashed records, and made bank, but rumors suggest that Harvey might have been a tad jealous of Bernie's unique vibe. Their feud wasn't just backstage gossip, it had real effects, even putting a halt to the Kings of Comedy crew going on another tour. Fast forward to 2003. Bernie Mac spilled some truth bombs in an interview with GQ magazine, claiming that Harvey was straight up jealous and tried to mess with his movie gigs. Steve, hurt by Bernie's words, opened up about it in a 2010 interview, but fans weren't entirely buying Steve's side of the story. Consider Samuel L. Jackson's tight bond with Bernie, and it's clear why Jackson might not be sending Steve any holiday cheer. These guys weren't just pals, they were practically family in the industry. They shared the stage, and their bond ran deep, especially during the filming of Soul Men, where they played characters on a wild road trip to honor their late frontman. So, when Bernie Mac passed away, Samuel L. Jackson got really upset with Steve Harvey. There are rumors, with no proof, that some folks in Hollywood might be using potions to make someone sick with pneumonia-like symptoms, leading to their death.
To prove that she had been poisoned, you know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
Mind you, Bernie Mac actually died from pneumonia complications. And although there's no evidence for this Hollywood potion stuff, it makes you wonder why Jackson dislikes Steve Harvey so much. Now let's talk about Steve Harvey's money talk. In an interview, he casually mentioned making around $10 million a year from radio, calling it just a smidge. Yep, you heard that right. $10 million. A smidge for him. Steve and Samuel seem to see the world differently when it comes to money. But Steve's life isn't just about the cash. It's been a roller coaster of controversies beyond the dollar bills. Despite his public image as the family man, the funny guy, the charming actor, and the TV host, Steve Harvey's personal journey has been full of twists. Accusations have followed him, from being tagged as a less than stellar host to allegations of mistreating his former wife and kids. It makes you think, if Steve is the family values poster boy, why has he walked down the aisle multiple times? Recently, an activist named Essie Berry dropped some bombshell accusations about Steve Harvey, and it seems these words might have dented his squeaky clean image. Beyond the cash, Steve Harvey has conquered Hollywood as an actor, producer, and writer, but his climb to success wasn't all smooth sailing. Consider his second marriage with Mary Shackelford. A total roller coaster. They had a son named Winton, but their love story hit a rough patch in 2005, leading to a messy divorce. Mary didn't hold back on how quickly Steve moved on to his current wife, Marjorie Harvey. Post-divorce, Mary alleged that Steve cheated on her with Marjorie, and while Steve denied it, actions spoke louder than words. Steve did indeed marry Marjorie not long after the split, raising eyebrows and giving credence to those cheating rumors. The drama didn't stop there. Mary accused Steve not only of playing the field, but also of mistreating their son. According to Mary, she found her son with what looked like bruises on his face after being away a few days post-divorce. She took legal action against Steve, hitting him with a whopping $60 million lawsuit, including charges like child endangerment, mistreatment, conspiracy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. While Steve managed to get an injunction against her, the court slapped Mary with a gag order, raising eyebrows about the need for secrecy. Steve Harvey isn't just caught up in drama with Mary. He's also stirring the pot in the comedy world. Comedian Mark Curry has accused Steve of snagging his material for jokes on his shows, causing quite a stir in the comedy scene. This isn't a new beef, as Mark has thrown shade about Steve swiping his jokes way back on Harvey's NBC talk show.
I know what I mean. Well, Steve stole my material on his show, so I had a beef on that.
There's even a vibe in the comedy world that Steve tends to borrow a bit too generously from his fellow jokesters. Rumors suggest that Samuel L. Jackson might not be Steve's biggest fan, partly because of these alleged joke borrowings. And here's the twist. Mark claims he already confronted Steve about it, but the alleged joke snatching kept on happening. According to Mark, Steve stole his material on his show, creating a bit of tension. He even mentioned a Halloween incident where Steve apparently did Mark's whole Halloween routine. Mark expressed his frustration, stating that Steve had made enough money and questioned why he would use someone else's material. Well, things got intense between Steve and Mark. Steve flat out denied Mark's claims, challenging him to name the supposedly stolen jokes. He didn't hold back, telling Mark to get a life and a career. Steve went on a rant, swearing that he hadn't stolen a joke in 35 years. But here's the kicker. Mark wasn't bluffing. He came prepared with evidence to back up his claims, turning up the heat in this comedy showdown. Other comedians like Katt Williams jumped into the fray supporting Mark. However, the beef between Steve and Katt goes way back. In 2008, Katt Williams threw some serious shade at Steve right before a Christmas season show, claiming that once he hit the stage, it would be game over for Steve as the king of comedy. Fast forward to today, and Katt Williams is still going at it. He accuses Steve of stealing jokes, cozying up to Hollywood elites, and even swiping show ideas. Katt spilled the tea on their years-long beef, suggesting that Steve was jealous of Bernie Mac, trying to mess with his movie roles, and creating major tension. According to Katt, Steve's sitcom and Hollywood success were attempts to outshine Bernie. Katt also delved into Steve's marital history, claiming Steve switched up his story about which wife played a crucial role in his success. Katt accused Steve of trying to downplay the importance of one wife while elevating another, stirring up the drama about Steve's credibility. So whether it's alleged joke stealing, Hollywood drama, or accusations of jealousy, Steve Harvey's life seems to be more complicated than meets the eye. The comedy showdown continues, and with Samuel L. Jackson hinting at spilling some Steve Harvey tea, it makes us wonder, what's the real truth behind the scenes? Rumors are flying about skeletons in the closet, shady sacrifices for fame, and the mysteries of Steve Harvey's journey in the entertainment industry. But really, what are your thoughts on this? Comment down below, and while we wait for more updates, make sure to subscribe and watch our other videos for more drama you never knew you needed.